Starting the live. We gotta get back. We gotta get on their Twitch, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure that out eventually.
All right.
But that'll have to be for a not 11 p.m. episode.
Yeah, if y'all want to tweet that out, you can. All right.
I'll tweet that out.
Recording on here. If y'all want to record on your computers or whatever, you can, but I'm not. I'm just doing it for posterity. All right. What episode is this? Holy shit, I always forget.
59?
59. All right.
I think.
3. Sure. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the One Take Podcast, episode 59, Godzilla versus Kong. We are joined by the one and only Sarah Johnston. Sarah, this is like the third bad movie we've had you watch.
Yeah, y'all keep saying that maybe next time I'll review a good movie, but it has yet to happen.
We got to have you on for the comedy.
Yeah,
we came out the gate with You Got Served for you, I think.
Wait, hold on.
Honestly,
You Got Served is an incredible film. Please let's not disrespect that film.
Buddy.
I gave it an A+. Like they
I also give it an A+.
But
that film is incredible. Everything about it is perfect.
Then we had you on for what, Wonder Woman 1984, which
was ass.
Unwashed ass.
Ugh, gross.
And then this is like kind of right in the middle between fantastic cinema like You Got Served and terrible cinema like Wonder Woman 1984. This just rides that line.
That's fair.
yeah, we're averaging it out.
When I watch Godzilla, I think You Got Served. Well, they would have had a dance battle in the middle of this.
That would have been better. In wet jeans.
In a wet velour jumpsuit.
The anxiety.
Yeah, so a couple of announcements. Thanks so much, Sarah, for joining us. Appreciate it. A couple of announcements. If you heard at the beginning of this podcast or previous podcast, big news. We are now a part of the Apollo Podcast Network. H-Town, what's up?
Boy.
That came about. Dex knew the guys. We got on there. So hopefully you'll be seeing it. The content will not change. If you think that just joining any sort of network or anything it's just gonna be fart and dick jokes. Like it will continue. But
there will still be thick Pixar moms. We will still make elf dick jokes. We're the same people.
Yeah, so that's some huge news. Some other really big news. Unfortunately, Jake is taking a break from the podcast for a while. He just needs to. He just wanted to take a break from this for a while, and we wish him the best of luck with that. But hopefully, we can eventually get him back on here because he started this thing with Dex and I, and eventually we brought on Tej. But yeah, so if you don't hear him for a while, that is why. So we will just continue to push forward without him. And yeah, it's going to be the same movie reviews and everything else, maybe just a little bit dumber because he actually worked in film. So yeah, so moving on from that, Godzilla versus Kong. Wow. Okay. This was sensory overload. Let me read the review real quick because I always forget to do that. The synopsis rather real quick because I always forget to do that. This 2021 movie, we're getting new movies. They're coming back, folks. This was a PG-13 hour and 53 minutes. That's all it needed to be. Thank God. This movie went. It has a 6.6 on IMDb, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. The epic next chapter in the cinematic monsterverse pits two of the greatest icons in motion picture history against one another, the fearsome Godzilla and the mighty Kong, with humanity caught in the balance. That is way overdoing it. Directed by Adam Wingard, written by Terry Rossio and Michael Dougherty. There's some other credits on here as well. Screenplay by Eric Pearson and Max Borenstein, also written by Zach Shields. It stars Monkey and Lizard. Actually stars Alexander Skarsgård. Millie Bobby Brown pulls over her role from the last film. Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Tej's goat, and cast of other characters: Julian Dennison, who you would know from Deadpool 2, Kyle Chandler, And
His name is Coach Taylor. Don't call him anything else.
Thank you
It's
so
just
much.
Coach
Okay.
Taylor.
Coach Taylor.
Texas forever.
Also, Lance Riddick makes a random appearance in this movie. Anyway, this movie is a hit so far in this pandemic world. #1 popularity on IMDb, but so far it's making really good money. It's made its money back. Cumulative worldwide gross of $285 million on a budget of $200 million. You would expect it would make a lot more if theaters were at full capacity, which I say that, but the theater that I went to, because I actually went to the theater for the first time in a calendar year. It was just come on. Just come on in. Mass, fuck it. It's fine. So that is Godzilla versus Kong. Real quick, if you had to guess what this had on Rotten Tomatoes, critics review score, what would it be?
54.
I
I
would
feel like
say
it's gonna.
72.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be higher than expected, so I'm gonna give it a 69.
It is
Nice.
a nice. It is a 75 from critics.
I knew it.
Jesus.
I knew they were
75%.
gonna like it.
93% from audience score, which is to be expected. That's why I'm surprised that the IMDb score is so low. 55 on Metacritic, which seems about right. But the basic premise is delivering squarely on its title. Godzilla vs. Kong swats away character development and human drama to deliver all the spectacle you expect from giant monsters slugging it out. So yeah, that is Godzilla vs. Kong. That's it. We can go now, actually. Sarah, I'm kidding. Give it a review. Give it a letter grade. You before said the quote, "This was ass."
I did, and I stand by that. Yeah, it was ass. I feel like it sucked twice because it wasn't enough like monkey versus lizard fight, but then on the flip side, like the characters, there was just like too much and not enough going on at the same time. Like I feel like I was like the only reason I had any clue who anybody was is because I watched this with subtitles. Otherwise, like if you held a gun to my head and asked me these people's names, like I could not tell you. Which is fine, but like that's too many people. You need to cut that shit down. I don't know. I think probably like a C-, just because like I don't know how you could make it any better than what it was, but also not, I mean, it's just not great, but like fine for what I mean, like low expectations, like, but like not disappointed or like pleasantly surprised,
Strong take on the One Take podcast here with Sarah Johnston.
It was whatever.
It was fine.
It happened to me.
It's a waste of 2 hours, but like I'm not mad about it.
Literal definition of the meme, like the maybe.
Yeah, it's the best I can do.
Dex, what'd you think about it?
I'm kind of a similar place to Sarah because, like she said, there wasn't enough of the fighting. And then the fighting happened and they were still like interjecting these like random ass character stories that they created for no reason. It was like, man, fuck off. I don't care about Millie Bobby Brown in this movie. Why is she here? I don't care about her little chubby friend, Brian Tyree Henry. I don't like the sign language girl. She was cute. She was adorable. I liked her. She can stay. Everybody else, get out. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when Mecha Godzilla slamming actual Godzilla through buildings in Hong Kong, I was like, I'll turn that shit up. Like this is amazing. So
This is my song.
They had some highs in there. King Kong getting his ass whooped twice was a little annoying. Especially because they like made him the main character of the movie for whatever reason. Like it's like a Kong movie.
I have some thoughts on that.
He just got his ass kicked just multiple times. He got his ass kicked in the water. He got his ass kicked on land. He just can't win anywhere. He looked like Gonzaga trying to play Baylor. He just ass.
Oh, I knew.
Except no one believed in him.
I knew this.
No
was
one
coming.
believed in him. Of course you knew it. National champion. Shout out to the Baylor Bears and Scott
Gang,
Drew.
gang.
But
Sick
Anyway.
them there.
yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
brother.
it's a solid 72 of a movie. It's a
Yeah.
C.
Passing
I feel like
grade.
I would have rather watched like an actual bear fight an actual bulldog. Like that would have been
That'd be entertaining.
more
Bear
entertaining.
versus a bulldog.
I mean,
That
it would have
doesn't
been an
sound fun
ass
at all.
beating.
Sarah promotes dog fighting. We'll put that in
Yeah, I
there.
was like, I feel like that's a
Sarah
crime,
Vick.
but
Listen, it's all hypothetical.
Just like giant monkey versus giant lizard. This is just a hypothetical.
Exactly. This is just
yeah, watching the monkey fight the lizard, I was like, why did we ever think the monkey was gonna win this one? Like, this just didn't make sense.
He put his mortgage on that. Like he was like,
Justice for Kong. Kong is a people's champ.
it's disrespectful. They were like, nobody, or like Kong submits to nobody. And I was like, he's about to learn today. Like, he's getting his ass handed to him. And then they like the whole implication of like, oh, like long ago, like the Titans, like they've lived in this
The
world.
Fire
And it's
Nation.
just like, okay, we're just entertaining that this has been a problem for like all eternity. But like, this is the first time they fight. Like, in all mankind, like all history, nothing, like these people, what, like,
Yeah, Godzilla be swimming around and stuff, but just never happened upon this island.
yeah, sorry, we just swam in different circles. Like, I never met the guy.
I don't even know who you are.
It's just stupid.
Siege, go ahead, give it a review.
I'm right where the field is, right around a 70. It's a C for me, maybe a C minus. I was the number one leader in the house for Kong. Kong is the people's champ. I wanted Kong to win. My guy went out
Not even
incredibly
a
sad.
chance. Not even a chance.
And
Didn't even give him a
making-
shot.
Making a film where the main character is the one getting humbled and literally getting his chest stepped on is definitely a choice. And then trying to give him a redemption arc where he saves Godzilla from Mecha Godzilla didn't do much to make me feel better that they had already disrespected my goat. Every human element of this story, including the little sign language girl, is completely stupid and wasted. They got a lot of good and talented actors and actresses, but those people had nothing to do. Brian Tyree Henry had nothing to do. Like, he's just acting like a deranged person. It's the first Brian Tyree Henry performance I've ever seen that I was bored by. I just did not care about any of the human elements of this film, but they did a really good job of building the tension. I mean, in the first scene in the water where we're about to see the first fight, this might have been the edible I was on, but I had a great time sitting in my house
Cheat
as
code.
they're building up that music and like we're about to finally see these two things fight. It was just cool. I just had a great time in that 5 minutes or that 7 minutes, however long that set piece is. I just had a great time. But I agree with Dex. Every time they cut away to show the humans like rocking in the boat, oh my God, it's going crazy. I didn't care. Like, fuck those humans. I don't care about them. I just want to see the two Titans fight. Trying to have a plot around this movie where we just want to see people fight is strange because nobody cared about the plot. But I did have fun. The Hong Kong fight was objectively fun to watch. They tried to play with the Kong is smarter and knows how to use tools, elements. He like throws like a piece of a building behind Godzilla to make Godzilla turn around so he can jump on his back. I thought that was cool and well thought out. I really enjoyed the fight scenes, and the colors in the Hong Kong scene are just like really cool, popping out of the television. Like, it's just really cool. I know if I had went to a movie theater to see this, I would have really enjoyed it. But this movie is higher rated on Rotten Tomatoes than Hobbs and Shaw. That doesn't make sense to me. Because
Hobbs sucks.
Hobbs and Shaw was a big dumb action movie that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw
Like,
was a great time.
I really had a great time at the theater watching Hobbs and Shaw. They're both big dumb action movies, but I don't know how this is a better movie than Hobbs and Shaw, which has some kind of cognizable plot, some kind of cognizable dialogue that you actually care about. I don't get that. But this movie is what it was. I didn't expect much, and I didn't get much, but I had some fun when I was having fun for those cumulative 15 to 20 minutes of fight time. That was fun, and so I'll give them a C for that.
The CGI monkey was the best actor in this movie. By far. He showed the most emotion of anybody on screen.
More emotions than anyone.
But I will say this movie's not good. It's not good. But I did see this in theaters, and this is my first movie back in IMAX in forever.
Nice.
So I will say this movie rules. Like I was in theaters, this movie ruled because it's exactly what you thought it was going to be. What they previewed it as giant lizard fights giant monkey. We keep saying it, but when that first thing happens, it is crazy to watch on screen. The CGI in this movie is incredible. I think it's really some of the best that I've seen in a long time. I mean, I know everything CGI and like Star Wars and yada yada, but I thought it was great because there is a universe where this looks like crap too. You know what I mean? So the fact that it looked great and I was actually invested in them fighting, even though it made no sense, even though they're just like, they don't like each other. Why? We don't know. It is like, yeah.
I still have no idea why these two animals are fighting.
Because
Godzilla
can sense King Kong now, so they have to fight. That's why.
It's basically just like Titan pissing contest for like 2 hours. And then at the end, they're like, that kind of sucked. And then Godzilla just fucks off into the ocean.
Yeah, we have to be able to write something better about why they're fighting if we're going to end it with Godzilla just being like, shrug, and walking out into the ocean.
Let's not do that again. That sucked.
Yeah, didn't love that. Would not recommend. I'm out of here.
Yeah, but seeing this in theaters, I think you really, and this is where the HBO Max thing, I mean, obviously they're getting talked about. This is the most popular movie in the world, and they're getting their money anyway because people are going to want to go see things like this. But this is where the whole straight to TV thing is tough because you needed to see this on the biggest screen possible, have your ears blown out by screaming. Like, oh God, this movie is loud. Holy shit. This movie is loud. And but it was worth it. And so
is it louder than Tenet? Tenet is the loudest movie I've ever heard. I thought it was.
I admittedly have not seen Tenet, and I probably freaked out on the theater. But yeah, it just was so much fun to watch. Now, the girl the best human actor was the girl with the sign language, obviously.
Built the game, crushed it.
How they got such talented actors like Millie Bobby Brown, Brian Tyree Henry, Alexander Skarsgård. They're all talented actors. Everyone in this movie is a talented actor. They don't even. Kyle Chandler is one of the most talented actors on the planet. He's in the movie for 2 seconds. Like they give him nothing to do.
He has nothing to do.
Also, he's awesome. Shout out! I forgot in the first Kong movie in the series, Academy Award winner Brie Larson is the star.
Yeah, Brie Larson,
really?
Samuel L. Jackson, and Tom Hiddleston.
So it was a Marvel movie. It was Kong Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, and Loki were fighting King Kong. Coming soon to Disney Plus.
I'd pay for it. But yeah, I think the CGI in this was incredible. I think the camera work by Wingard was really, really good. How he did some of the things with following the ship around the monsters and like getting a close up on the monsters, like, or having it be almost first person from the monsters' perspective when they're fighting each other a couple of times, or just some of even the moves that they did when they literally put Mechagodzilla through a table when they both grabbed him and threw him through a building. I was like, fuck yes, this is awesome. This is incredible. And I normally hate movies like this sometimes, but when it's just big, dumb, like not going to the movie theater and then going to the movie theater and having this sensory overload, it was like taking acid. You're just like, oh my God, it was incredible. But it is dumb. It is very stupid. The plot makes no sense. None of the dialogue makes any sense. It's poorly delivered. All of the exposition is done through King Kong, which the only reason they did that, I feel, is because Godzilla is not a humanoid character. And
Godzilla has no emotions.
Yeah, we literally cannot relate to lizard.
Yeah.
So they're like, what's the closest thing to human? Monkey. So we're like, just give him the backstory. And I did at times, I will admit, feel bad when they're just like chaining the poor guy up and like he just gets his butt whipped throughout this entire movie just because they need someone for you to so desperately for you to feel bad for, because all of the human characters in this suck. So
All the
is-
humans are ass. And I will say, I was watching this movie with my family, and my dad. I had already seen it because I didn't know they wanted to watch it, so I watched it the second time with my family. And when Kong like does the sign language or whatever, my dad literally like said out loud, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Okay, we have a plot point in this movie that like matters." Thank you.
See, that made me mad. I was like, y'all, like regular ass monkeys know sign language. And you're telling me that they have this dude in an enclosure for years and nobody thought, like, hey, maybe we can communicate via sign language until this fucking 7-year-old does it. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I tried, but like, he didn't like.
You didn't want to.
You tried? You tried?
I did like the plot point of, well, like when the movie starts and you know that Brian Tyree Henry's character is like on podcast and he's kind of like a conspiracy theorist. I thought that was a
Representation.
Cool stuff, but I cared about it for
Finally,
maybe
you see
15
yourself
seconds. In media. I cared about it for maybe 15 seconds, and I never cared about another human element of this film after that. And I love Brian Tyree Henry. I love Millie Bobby Brown. And these people had nothing cool to do at all, and they were completely wasted in this film.
So I think I ended up giving this movie on Twitter. I think I ended up giving it a B-, and I think I'm gonna stick at that. I'm gonna stick with a B- on this. Will I ever really watch this again? Probably not.
So note to self: you got to watch it in theaters or high.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it sucks.
If I wasn't high, I would have given it a D.
Noted.
The edible definitely helped.
Helps a lot, but the thing with the Millie Bobby Brown character is I just text Dex and said future QAnon supporter.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They're both like, yeah, like this dude's like freaking out about like GMOs, and then he showers with bleach, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
there's fluoride in the tap water, and she just fucking stormed Apex or whatever the fuck this like building is, and like went to Hong Kong in the middle of the week just randomly.
Middle of the week.
Yeah. I mean, if you can storm the Capitol on a Wednesday, you can definitely go to Hong Kong in the middle of the week to
on a school night.
Godzilla lies.
Also, Hollow Earth, although it was a really stupid plot point, looked pretty cool. Seeing Kong just like grab other beasts and like rip them to stretch, that was cool. It looked really cool, and I'm sure it looked even better in a movie theater. Like it would look really cool down there.
But he was struggling with the freaking
was.
They had to hit it. They had to hit it with a rocket for him.
I was like, he almost got his ass handed to him by like a freaking pterodactyl ass thing. Like, how's he gonna beat Godzilla? Like a fire breathing.
The answer was he was not going to.
He was not. I was like, this is not. No.
When he did in the theater, though, when he swung that dinosaur at the other dinosaur, everyone in the theater was like, "Ooh,
that was amazing."
I will beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I mean, there's just a few times in this movie in the theater where like the whole audience was like, "Damn, that was dope." Like just a couple of moments where, as a collective, which I missed so much.
I feel like we're just like deprived, like
of social contact. Yeah.
Like if this happened, like if this came out like 2 years ago, everyone would have been like, eyes glazed over, like that was whatever. But because like nobody's been to the theaters, everyone's like, oh, whoa, like
it's like
how
when,
it was.
It's like when that moving train came into the screen in the first ever movies or whatever. Was a train coming
at
like, oh my god.
They set the theater on fire, burn it as a witch.
I went to see Nobody as my first movie back. And it's basically like goofy John Wick. And there's some shit in that movie that's just like the whole theater. There was only like 7 people in the theater, but everybody's like, you can hear the collective like gasping at certain scenes. And I'm with you. Like I missed that experience so much. That's why these big dumb action movies exist, for us to be in a theater and experience them together. That's literally the point of them. So I'm glad that they're back.
And
if they would have showed us Thor's Wakanda scene, I think everybody would have died. I think everybody would have had a heart attack.
Yeah, because like when I go to the movie theaters and I'm with other people like watching movies, I do all that like gasping and all that other shit. But when I'm at home, like watching this movie, I just sat here like stone faced silent, just like Like I was like internally, I was like, okay, that's cool. Like I'm enjoying that, but just no expression. Just
And the same
All right.
goes for comedies too. That's why comedies in the theater, like a good comedy in the theater, is an incredible experience. Because at home, if I just would have been like, huh, yeah. Huh. In a theater, it's the funniest thing that's ever been said on planet Earth because everybody, the collective. But just some things from this movie. The Hollow Earth theory made no sense. The leap to that, they're just like, we can get you there. How? Submarine. They're like, okay.
And then they're like, wait, that's not gonna work. Bunch of helicopters, like.
yeah, and then like this guy who runs apparently just the biggest company in the fucking world that is like there to save people from Godzilla attacks. Him just reading Alexander Skarsgård's just random ass like book like that's on the last page of Amazon searches for like Godzilla.
Mhm.
Him like personally just being like, this random ass professor wrote a book that nobody else has read. It's got 1 3-star
page
review on
100 of
Amazon.
Google.
Let me check that out. Oh, he's right. He's got it.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I just think that, and then we have these machines. How do they work? Shut up. We have these machines that can get you into Hollow Earth. You mean this thing? Like what?
Yeah,
no, that
gravity
was
like
rushed.
folds people in half. It just you can't go down there. Well,
We invented
science,
something.
bitch.
I just love that
Checkmate.
exposition. Yeah, I just love that exposition. It's like we invented something. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just tells gravity to go fuck itself.
I did think that camera work and everything was cool, or that effect, whatever it was, that where everything was kind of upside down, or like when you jumped from one plane to the other, it would flip on the camera would flip on its axis.
Yeah.
Like Kong jumped to wherever his hideaway. Well, I don't know, jumped in, and then it flipped, and he was falling all of a sudden. I thought those camera shots were actually really, really cool.
Very Spider-Verse feel.
How did we just randomly, like, they come out of Hollow Earth and they just happen to pop out in the middle of downtown Hong Kong? Like, that is like where they just happen to pop out of all the places. They should have popped out. Like, chances are they're gonna pop out like at the bottom of an ocean or something. Of like, well, why are we like they just happen to pop out like, oh my god, look, we're in Hong Kong now. Oh, final fight scene. I just thought that was so
that's
weird.
Crazy. Like,
That's a literal thing that when you were a kid, like, I bet I could dig all the way.
Yeah,
to
like
the
you
other-
dig a hole to China. So they're
Yeah.
just like, oh, we'll play on that.
That's literally what it was. I bet I can do. It's like the Looney Tunes thing. Like,
Yeah.
pop out the other side and just keep going back and forth. Yeah.
Also, some other exposition that I was like, okay, why the fuck did we do that? Hong Kong being in fucking the Truman Show, like for no reason. Like, why? Why is there a storm outside, like on this entire island now? Like, did we ever go back to that, or did we just have to accept this giant dome that they somehow built without King
Oh,
Kong
you
noticing?
mean Skull Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skull.
I thought you were talking about Hong Kong. No, you're talking about where they have him enclosed. They don't explain that at all.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's raining all the time now in Skull Island. No one knows why, but we built this giant ass dome with TVs at the top, and we kept King Kong here for who knows how long. Magic.
I don't know. Like, they never solved the problem of if Kong is able to be locked in chains or locked in a bubble by humans, he inherently does not have a chance to beat Godzilla. And so, like, when he's on the boat and all he's got on is like hand shackles and feet shackles, and they're like, we have to free him so he can have a chance. I'm sitting there and I'm like, if he has to be freed from those little ass handcuffs that you got him in,
they
he doesn't
sedated
have a
him.
chance.
So one, they were able to get him still long enough to sedate him. He's already lost.
Yep.
But then on top of that, he's having this fight with Godzilla, like drugged out. Like he's tripping balls. And they're like, hey, you gotta go fight. And he's like, what?
Is this even real right now? Like, what's happening?
I just love that. Go. I don't want to.
Not
like,
to
pretend you're
mention,
dead. Pretend you're dead. He was like, okay.
they're fighting in the fucking ocean against
Bro,
Godzilla.
Why
Like,
would they do that? Like,
you're done. You're finished.
Like no gills, drugged up.
He almost gets drowned in the first 5 minutes of the fight, and it's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have the weaker animal also have to play a road game. We
It's
probably
like-
just shouldn't do that.
It's like playing fucking the KD Warriors at Oracle. Like you're going to lose, man. Like, why are you doing this?
Then he starts to drag him into like Mariana's Trench or whatever it is. Like he's dragging him to the depths of hell, and they set off charges, and it only affects Godzilla for some reason. Like
yeah,
he's
it's like
able
the
to
friggin'
swim
Wonder
back up.
Woman thing where she electrocutes the water, and it's like the same thing. Oh, this only works on who you want it to work on.
Yeah,
But then the waves come up and like wipe out those two people on the dock or whatever, and I'm like, but Kong's drugged ass is totally fine. He just throws up and he's good.
also
Yeah, for
also he
some
can
reason,
swim.
Godzilla, who's like had fucking bomb shot at him since the dawn of time, like he gets bomb shot at him underwater, and he's like, "Oh shit, what's that?" And lets King Kong go.
Literally, nuclear weapons won't kill this thing.
But some underwater like torpedoes, it's like, holy shit, we gotta free King Kong now. Can't
And
hold
they're
him
like, we
now.
don't know what to do. Like, make him play dead. And Godzilla's like,
Gross.
I guess he's fucking dead. And like leaves. But then at the end, he's like, oh, I suddenly have like a complete and cognitive understanding of everything that's going on. Like, this is not my enemy.
Empathy.
Like, I feel empathy, like teamwork, all of the above. And I'm like, what happened there? What
That made
happened?
no sense because it's like, all right, they have Kong get his ass whooped in the very beginning. They play dead. They finally get to Hollow Earth. Yada yada yada. He takes his throne. They kill the daughter, which was funny actually because it's just like he just grabs it and crushes the thing, which is like, what do you think would happen when you're firing?
Justice for Maya Simmons, the best character in this movie. Justice for Maya Simmons, please.
So they kill her. He jumps through Hollow Earth because Godzilla drilled to the center of the earth with his atomic breath. Okay, that's a thing that can happen now. And then goes back through that hole. They fight. Godzilla wins a round of that fight. But then, or no, sorry, Kong wins a round of
that
that
second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Godzilla beats him again, but then looks at him and has his foot on his chest. They scream at each other, which was like, all right. And
Let it out.
ah. And
Everybody
then,
knows that lizards and primates speak the same language, so of
Yeah,
course
yeah.
they're able to communicate with each other.
and then, but
Sign language.
then he leaves him alone. He starts to like walk away.
Why not have that fight get interrupted by Mechagodzilla as opposed to the stupid human transition? That way you can explain why he doesn't finish King Kong off, because he doesn't
Yeah.
get the chance because Mechagodzilla comes out. That decision makes no sense. You have this moment. He's got Kong pinned. He could just murder Kong, and he doesn't, and it's never explained why. We have no idea why he doesn't just
Mhm.
finish Kong off right then.
They
His
yelled
heart's-
Martha at each other.
Why did you say that name? Mothra.
Mothra.
No, I didn't understand that whatsoever, and that's where you lose some of that by not having characters that speak. What happened? His heart was not beating anymore,
We
and
have
then
no idea.
no explanation whatsoever. These vehicles that they're in. One, this science professor can fly these vehicles precisely through like destructive buildings and like swinging monkey hands
Yeah.
and everything else.
Man
But-
of many talents.
But two, he knows how to self-destruct these things to give Kong a defibrillator. Like he doesn't. Huh?
He's such an expert at these machines that he knows how to use them like beyond their intended purposes. Like, and I'm
We're gonna
like, you.
jumpstart Kong's heart.
I'm like, how would you know if you could do that? Like
Yeah,
That
is there,
was just,
a
like,
big
an
button
idea?
in there. Like, it just
the
says-
manual. You were reading the manual when you had some time, or what? Like, I don't know.
That's what made no sense to me. On top of everything else, all of the soldiers and pilots of these planes and vehicles die, and then he's just like, "Get in, gang."
I got it. I can take it from here.
We'll
The
be
audi-
okay because we're the good guys.
The audacity of men. Just to think, we can do it.
You know what? I got this. Like,
I will say though, that was something else that like kind of bothered me on my second watch of this movie. I was like, this is too tidy. Like all the bad guys just die, just instantly, immediately, and then all the good guys just hang around. Like there's no sacrifice that has to be made. We don't get like the Bryan Cranston scene in Godzilla where he dies off the rip.
Biggest
Like,
bait and switch of any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I hated that.
well, yeah, we don't have it. Like even the Kong movie, that dude, like the idiot, like sacrificed himself. Like, that's
Oh
like,
yeah, got swatted into. That's hilarious.
that's the fucking best part of the movie. But yeah, we don't get that. All the good guys live to the end, like just casual, chilling, no injuries, just vibing.
I did like when Kong looks into the airplane or the spacecraft to see if like the girl's in there, and then he sees that she's not in there. He just crushes it.
he was just
really
like,
enjoyed
bye.
that. Bye.
I thought that camera shot was really cool. It felt like in the theater, it felt like you were in one of those Disney rides or whatever, where they just put the screen up in front of you,
Nice,
like
nice.
a 4D Disney ride. That's what it reminded me of, actually. But let's talk about Mechagodzilla and that whole plot point. And
He went out fast and sad. Why do we even have him there if he's only going to fight for 2 minutes and then just go outside? Like, extend that fight. I didn't understand that at all.
you had to to take a line from a podcast that I listened to called The Weekly Planet. It's called First They Fight and Then They're Friends.
Yeah.
You had to have that plot point in the movie.
Yes,
what a cop out.
At
What a
cost?
fucking cop out.
I hate how obvious they made like
In the
Yeah.
the
trailers.
Godzilla thing. Yeah, it was in the trailer.
Yeah,
like
it
we
was
all
in
knew
the
that was gonna
trailer.
happen.
We didn't have to put that in the trailer. Like, there's no reason to put it in the trailer.
Yeah, we could have had that as a fun little surprise, but no, the whole movie I was like, all right, so
When's
Mega
this big
Godzilla's
metal
gonna
bitch
pop
come
up.
out? Yeah.
But yeah. Also, great like planning and foreshadowing by those people to put Mechagodzilla in Hong Kong and then just have this like Godzilla versus Kong fight in Hong Kong. Like that's
Mhm.
just
Well, they were
clutch.
following the energy, you guys. Like,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Mechagodzilla just gonna fucking pop out of this mountain real quick. Like, love it.
Where everyone
Godzilla-
happens to be.
He was not impressive to me at all. I couldn't believe that he died that fast. I know.
Well,
he
he
was
he was about to do up Godzilla.
Yeah, he was beating
True,
the
but
fuck out of Godzilla.
I wanted.
Yeah, but
I
then
wanted
Kong
to see
is the
them
thing that
have them
keeps.
both on the ropes.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like rock, paper, scissors, where it's like, all right, so Godzilla beats Kong's ass, and Mechagodzilla beats Godzilla's ass, and then Mechagodzilla gets his ass beat by Kong, the one who can't even beat up Godzilla. Like, there's a disconnect. Like, no.
Rock paper scissors is the perfect analogy. Because it was definitely like, okay, why is Kong even in this fight? Like you died. You went out hella sad. You got bitched up twice in the same movie, and now like you have a magic axe and you're just the god now. Like I don't get it.
That's Mjolnir for.
It's Mjolnir.
That's Mjolnir, bro. Don't ever.
Only
sleep
the
on
worthy.
Mjolnir.
Dude,
Only the worthy
they-
can wield that.
No, it's
Godzilla could not
Stormbreaker.
wield Mjolnir.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. Godzilla could not wield that because he is not worthy. So please put some respect on Kong's ability
Kong's
to
name.
lift Mjolnir.
His
Thank you.
arms couldn't reach it. I did think it was really. I did think it was really funny when he was about to do his atomic breath again, and he was like right in his face, and he just took the axe handle and shoved it down his throat.
It's
That was really
no,
funny.
sir.
Just like-
Yeah, Kong
Godzilla's-
got a couple solid moves in there. Like he was putting in some work with that axe a little bit. It didn't matter, but you know, he had a little razzle dazzle with it.
Godzilla was like, hey, time out. I didn't know we were doing that.
Street rules.
I didn't know we could use weapons.
Yeah, what is this? But I love, we kind of make fun of before, the destruction in like Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman, where it's just literally the most collateral damage of all time. But then you think about it and you're just like, yeah, that would happen. But they destroy Hong Kong. There is nothing left of that city. Also, when did Hong Kong become like a club in Vegas? Why does it look?
Yeah,
like
it was the colors were. I was like, is this what Hong Kong looks like? But then I stopped caring because I was high and I liked the colors. But I did think for a second, like, was this what this looks like? It looked awesome.
Yeah, it did look. It did look really cool, and I'm glad they did that. And that's taking a note out of like Marvel's book or whatever. They're just like flashy colors, bright lights, destruction, do it. And Adam Wingard was like, sure.
Bet.
So it's funny is this guy was a horror movie director as well too. He did stuff like VHS and those kind of like middle grade horror movies. The Guest was a really good movie that he did. He did like the crappy Blair Witch remake, but he did a really good film called You're Next too that came out in like 2011. But he's like a low budget horror film director. So for him to go from that to putting just all CGI on screen with big name actors and everything in huge set pieces, it's really impressive from him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Controversial.
yeah, you're right. It's an achievement visually.
It made $1 bajillion, and so that's going to be.
It would have made
good.
$1 bajillion more, in a pre-pandemic world. Bad luck out of them, but man, some of the shit was just so boring, just so trash. Like I felt bad for how much I didn't like Millie Bobby Brown's character. I was like, am I a bad person for not liking America's art right now?
Same.
I hate hearing her talk. She didn't even do anything. Her character is entirely unnecessary in this movie because like everything that she does, the podcaster dude could have done on his own. Like
it all happens on accident
at all. Yeah.
Like it all happens on accident. Her friend figures out the way to kill Mechagodzilla was by like short circuiting dropping the phone in the toilet.
That at least was realistic because I was like, man, if they have this, I'm gonna hack into the mainframe like I'm 16 and I know everything. Like I was like, this sucks. And then he was just like, put liquid on it, and I was like, okay,
that's what I would do.
That would have been my solution as well. So I liked it.
What if it supercharged it, made it into a nuclear bomb?
Yeah, because we all know how to do that.
Yeah. He short-circuited it. It exploded. I don't know. I think the end fight actually was really good. You're right, TJ. It may not have been long enough for what they built it up as. But then again, they didn't hide Mechagodzilla at all. So maybe they were just like, we don't care.
Like, this is the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I know what time it is. HBO Max, bitches, get there.
The director of that company or the owner of that company went out so sad too.
Right in the middle of his villain speech.
Talking big shit.
That was the one line I liked from Tyree. I was like, I wanted to hear the rest of that speech.
I was like, dang, me too.
He was just like turning around, flexing, yelling, and one, and then like missed a shot.
Just walking away with the threes in the air, just clang.
Buckets.
The thing with Brian Tyree Henry's character that I can't even can't get past is he's doing this podcast and saying explicitly in these podcasts, I work at this company.
Yeah, like, okay. Yes. He said he'd been doing this for 5 years. He was like, this is episode 245. And I was like, first of all, who the fuck is listening to this? But second of all, if anyone's listening to it, like, this man would have gotten fired so fast.
Mm-hmm. That would have
so fast.
We're supposed to think that no one is listening to it except for Millie Bobby Brown's character. But even then, it's like extreme level of recklessness to tell people the reason why I know this shit is because I work for the company that's the bad guy. Like, you literally can't do that. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, this is my day job. Like, come get me.
My hours are
disguise, just nothing. Like, pull up, catch me anytime.
My hours are 9 to 5 Monday.
Literal children can find my home address. Like, super easy.
Literally.
Just talk to any man on the street.
Shout out to my guy from Crazy Rich Asians for selling all the fucking bleach to this man.
He doesn't change up where he gets his bleach at all.
And they
He
just
found the
knew
bleach
on the
plug, that's
first
it.
try. They knew on the first bleach place that sells bleach that they just like happened to stumble upon. They're like, oh yeah, that guy, the guy who buys all the bleach. I'm like, do you know how many places sell bleach? Like, what? Like, how did you get here?
Why didn't they just have them
Every
log into
Costco.
4chan where you would find Brian Tyree Henry just posting? Well, I'm sure that guy's on 4chan. I'm sure that he is.
He's
On
doing
Parlor.
They have
He's
really
on
good deals
Parler
on
every
bleach here.
day.
Definitely on Parlor, bro. Like, you don't have to go to the grocery store to find him. Just go on the internet and find him.
Find his IP address with a simple hack. You'll be able to do it.
It's just a walking contradiction because he had all that like equipment. He had like the camera and shit like outside his door, and he's all paranoid. But then he's also like, let me tell everyone on the internet where I live, what I do, and like everything about myself. And I'm like, are they watching you, or are you just like telling them?
I just love how they definitely have a hack or like a bug on his phone. They're just like, nothing.
They're like, this
That
fucking
doesn't
guy.
Yeah.
And
All the-
really, it didn't matter.
Really, it didn't. They just blew up the company anyway.
Yeah, like if he was just a regular person who didn't carry a whiskey in a gun holster on him at all times, nothing they did would have mattered. So
My favorite thing to think about though too is just all they had to do was go to that company. I can't even tell you because it's inconsequential what the name of the company is.
Amazon.
Apex.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, they go to Apex and they're just like, hey, you got any weird dudes working here? And it's like, oh yeah.
Oh, Bernie? Yeah.
Actually.
Buy a fish. I'll tell you where he is.
Now that you mention it, dude ate my apple.
Everyone on the fucking payroll.
Oh my god, Amazon, yeah. So that's pretty much this movie. What was your favorite fight scene if we do have to go that direction?
I really liked the first one just because of the way they built the tension. I'm gonna go with that one, even though I have again no idea why we're having Hong Kong fight Godzilla in the water.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that one had the most going on. Like, I don't know, just kind of with the environment, like fucking Kong running across fucking aircraft carriers and like launching himself at Godzilla off the top rope. Like, I appreciated that. I don't know,
Kong
something
killed
like
at least-
dumb and fun about it.
Kong killed at least 1,000 people by jumping off those aircraft characters like,
Yeah.
like that.
Honestly,
So
good
many-
for him.
killed
He
so many
should have
people
killed
that
them
way.
all. Like, all he wanted to do is fuck off in the forest with his waterfalls and his ass scratches. And they're like, hey, come fight all these people that you've never seen before. Like,
fight the giant lizard for us, because good God, we
get your
cannot
ass
do
whipped.
anything.
We're also going to give you a disadvantage and drug you up. Can you take care of this for us? And you might be stranded here. We don't know if you're going to find your way home. Like, we don't know.
We're gonna send you through a void and hope to God you don't get crushed by gravity.
And
Thanks.
then if you don't, and you make it out,
You got to fight the
you're
lizard
stuck
again.
in Antarctica, or you got to fight the lizard.
Your choice, monkey. Let's do it.
I will say, I said
your
this on Twitter, and I'll say it again. Kong is a system quarterback. If not for the humans with all the missiles, like saving his ass every fucking fight, he would have died a long ass time ago. He would have died in Hollow Earth when he had to fight the pterodactyl thing. He would have died in the first fight with Godzilla when Godzilla took him underwater. He would have died at the end without them literally like electrocuting him back to life. Kong is trash without the humans. I don't know how he survived so long without them.
Please don't do this. Don't do this.
He's not trash. He never asked for this. They were like, you got this. We voluntold you. And he was like, I don't want to do this.
It's like
He
when
was-
it's like when your boss has asked you to come in on a weekend, but you can't say no.
You're just like, fuck you.
They gave him more jobs than there was actually in his contract.
Like, I just want to hang out with the little sign language
It's
girl.
like, I just want to vibe. And they're like, nah,
we
some
were going
rich dude.
through the months this week. Like I was learning I was learning so much sign language. Like why do I have to fight now?
We were doing colors next. I don't want to fight the lizard. The lizard. What's that got to do with me?
My name is Paul, and that's between y'all.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing was like the Hong Kong scene, but I actually really do like the Mecha Godzilla thing, even though it ended up being kind of stupid and Godzilla throwing up his laser breath to Kong like it's an alley oop.
That was awesome.
Where he sees the sword or the axe and he's just like, "Bah," and it just...
They literally dunked on Mecha Godzilla. I appreciated that.
Oh man, my favorite thing is kind of how human they made Kong, because when he just like he relocates his shoulder. Like I didn't know. Okay, that was kind of interesting. That camera work was funny because then they zoom in like he's about to like go another round, but then he kills Mechagodzilla and then he just lays down like fuck.
Yeah, he rolls over like he just like worked out or something, and he's just like, I'm fucking tired. Fuck
Oh my
all
God.
y'all. Like,
Holy shit. Fuck me.
just like, don't ever ask me for shit. And then at the end, it looks like they're about to square up, and Kong, like, before Godzilla even does anything, Kong's just like, he drops his sword and he's like, fuck this.
Do
Like,
we really
Fuck
want
this.
he has no chance without it, and he's like, I don't care.
kill me?
Kill me
me
now.
now.
I'm not doing that shit again.
I tried to die and they resuscitated me, so round 2.
I wanted to die
Jon
so
Snow,
bad.
my watch is in
Meet
it.
the
Like,
hand.
I'm good.
But I'm good, bro. As long as this nigga's alive, they're gonna have to keep making me fight this lizard. I'm good, bros. I'm bowing out. Like, let me die in peace. I'm not fighting this guy anymore.
I fought the robot lizard. I'm not fighting the real one no more. We are done.
Don't ask me or mine for nothing.
But okay, so one more thing we have to talk about. The people of Hong Kong. Do you even try to rebuild that shit? Or are you just like, we're good?
Nah, it's good. I'm moving, man. Fuck this.
no, thank you. We're good.
Moving
Y'all got
inland. Moving inland where that thing doesn't come. It's
Right.
always near water.
No
Yeah, fuck
big
that.
big tech companies. Wherever the middle of fucking nowhere is, that's where I'm going.
I'm
Like,
moving to Kansas.
Whole
Yeah,
city just
survive.
fucking gone. Like, nah,
I can
man.
survive a tornado, but I'm not doing another Godzilla attack. I'm not doing that again.
I'm
Like,
not doing
I'll
that.
You put
just
a-
take my chances with tornadoes in Kansas. Thank you very much.
You put on Twitter, Dex, is like, how do you even like go to work knowing that
fuck
Godzilla
that.
exists?
I would never leave the
Like-
house. Like, why would I go outside when Godzilla just might be the day Godzilla shows up? No, thank you. No, thank you.
Godzilla
like,
insurance, monster insurance.
What if you stay home and then that's what gets destroyed instead of your job? Like,
That's
you're just
okay.
like, fucked
I'll
either
die
way.
at home. I'm not going outside and looking on the horizon. I'm at brunch, drunk as hell, and I look up and fucking Godzilla is marching down the street. That's got to be
Like, no, I'm not drunk enough
horrifying.
for this. I just always think of like with these movies, like, who are the fuckers who like went on vacation? They come back and like everything's obliterated.
I was on PTO, guys. What the
You're
fuck?
like, dang, I picked a good day to take some time off, but what the hell is this?
I don't know if y'all remember like that story from like the early pandemic where a guy like went to the middle of nowhere for a sabbatical in like
Yeah.
January and came back in July.
Hope nothing crazy happened while I was gone.
He was like, yo, what the fuck? Why is the sky orange now and nobody can go outside?
Oh my God. Yeah, just every day going to work. Like, what is even the point, Dan? I had to file these reports. Why? Because there's a big lizard that may come out of the water at any time. This is ridiculous. No,
Like,
thank
you
you.
still want me to fucking do my stupid little tasks? Knowing that we have 2 titans fighting outside the window? Nah, fuck this. I'm going home.
Yeah, we're fucking paperclip salesmen. Like, I'm not doing this shit anymore.
Oh man, just trying to go to your son's little league baseball game or something like that. Ah, shit. He put a hole in the field.
Again?
Somebody tweeted at me. They were like, "Oh, you already know." Like on the Zoom meeting the next day, your boss is like, our thoughts and prayers are with the Hong Kong team as they recover.
No, you have to go in for your Microsoft's team meeting. So do you think you can come in? Do you think you can, or do you feel like you have to work remote?
Can you do it remote? We're offering 50% paid for Titan Insurance company policy.
I know your daughter was just crushed by rubble, but
you're good, right?
Right? You don't have to cover your shift.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi still works at home, right? So
the thing that somebody tweeted you that was like an eye roll that I saw was, oh well, we are in the middle of a global health crisis as well as what did he say? Global warming, or not global, climate change. So I think we are kind of dealing with that. I was like, shut up.
You like, so many people thought they were so smart. Like, oh, well, in other countries, there are things going on that make it like Godzilla exists in your world. You live in America, so you should be grateful that, you can just go to your regular job. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Talking about this giant monkey fighting this giant fire-breathing lizard. Like, let's relax.
Outside of my window at 9 a.m. I haven't even had my coffee yet.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
Other countries have to deal with Titans.
What if that was what they actually said? Well, actually, a Titan destroyed my building last year. Okay.
Instagram graphics, what's happening in Hong Kong and how you can help. Like
Facebook profile picture, pray for Hong Kong.
Hashtag in King Kong.
Kong is canceled.
You also have to think about the fact that animal rights organizations like PETA would be pro Godzilla.
Don't shoot him.
They would be trying to tell the military not to shoot at him because
don't shoot him.
He has feelings too.
He can do sign language, dude. If they found out the Kong,
it would be over.
Like, everything is over. It's a wrap.
I bet Godzilla gator legs taste fire.
Amen. I bet you he's delicious.
Yeah, man. I was just cracking up at that tweet because it's just like, shit, man.
Well, actually,
my Acura got crushed. How am I supposed to? I had to pick up something. I don't have any toilet paper. All right. No,
Ted Cruz flies to Cancun. Texas is getting destroyed.
There's nothing I can do about it. It's a giant monster.
It's a giant lizard. What am I supposed to do? I'm just
a senator. Well, Ted, you could pass out water.
Jeez.
Hashtag fight Ted Cruz.
All right, so let's do our giant big dumb action draft.
Let's do this. What's our order?
Hold on, I have it. I think Sarah's first.
And while we get that order, let us pause for a ad break from Apollo Media. And now give us our order.
Okay, cool. So it's Sarah, me, Tej, Royden.
Got it.
Okay. So starting off, probably the king of big dumb action movies, emphasis on dumb, is Transformers. Basically, like any of them, especially after Megan Fox left, just got worse, from bad to worse. Like, I never want to hear a Linkin Park song ever again in my life. Like, and I love Linkin Park.
Those songs slapped. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I get what you're trying to do there, but like, that's a one-time trick. You can't just do that in every movie and call it directing. Like, that's not, no. And then they're still making them with like Mark Wahlberg and some fucking random people. I don't know.
Just product placement, CGI fuckfest the movie. That's like
that's literally what it is.
I will say I'm part of the problem because for a while there, like those were coming out like early July, and my birthday is July 2nd. So every time a Transformers movie came out, me, my dad, and my brother would all go to the movie theaters opening weekend, just buy every
Encouraging
fucking
this
snack in the
behavior.
building,
I mean,
and just sit
honestly,
there and
like
watch Transformers movies.
you could just go to a junkyard and watch them like crunch cars into little cubes for 2 hours, and it would be the same.
But
I'm not
there's
gonna
no
lie.
Michael Bay slow motion though. So
No, yeah,
That movie was those movies were the loudest
They're
movies
so loud.
I've ever. Oh my god, those movies.
But the little sound effect they make when they're transforming is just like super cool. That first movie was with Shia LaBeouf is really good. I really enjoy it.
I really enjoy that movie, but it is a time capsule of 2007.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot.
Also, the second movie has one of the best jokes I've ever seen in my entire life when he's at the fraternity party and he goes, "Where'd your friend go?" He's like, "He went to go check to get you a tighter shirt." He's like, "There's not a tighter shirt." Checked.
Checked.
I don't know. I don't know why that joke has stuck with me for 10 years.
also low key, the last one, Bumblebee, kind of fire.
Apparently, it was actually pretty good, but I haven't seen
Haley
it.
Steinfeld did her thing.
I'll take your word for it.
I didn't watch any of those movies after the first one, but I did enjoy the first one. So I'll give you
God,
that.
they just got progressively worse. It's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, no. Just
They
a
got bigger
downward
and
spiral.
bigger and worse and worse.
Bigger
Like, how
and
do you get
dumber.
worse with more money? Like, make that make sense.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
He said, "All
Michael
right,
Bay, he's gonna come up a lot in this list if I have anything to say, but I love Michael Bay.
He said, "Bet." Also, Spielberg bangers produced by Steven Spielberg. People don't forget. All right.
So my pick. I feel like there could be a lot of Tom Cruise representation in this list, but I'm gonna take Mission Impossible Fallout.
Is it dumb though?
I would
It's-
push back on this vehemently. Those movies are not dumb.
Mission
Those movies
Impossible
are-
Fallout's kind of dumb.
No.
They are sleek. Those movies are sleek, and they have they're not dumb. They're sleek, they're cool, and they're fucking perfect.
It is an action movie, but I'll allow it, but it's not the criteria that we were thinking. I'll allow it.
I mean,
Tom Cruise almost killed himself to make this film, and you called it dumb. I can't believe this.
Henry Cavill was the bad guy all along. There's 3 bombs. You got to cut the wires at just the right time, guys. Like, this is not like highbrow shit we're doing here.
It's high
awesome.
art, you know it.
It's highbrow for an action movie.
yeah." I was like, "What's the source material?" Like, it's all relevant.
Transformers. That's what it's the source material.
Yeah, so like,
Fair enough. Okay, I'll make them dumber for my future picks, but I'm still taking Mission Impossible Fallout.
All right. I'm taking the biggest, dumbest movie of all time. And it is also the greatest movie of all time. Not really, but kind of. I'm taking one of many Michael Bay movies that I will take in this draft. I'm taking Armageddon.
Damn it.
Perfect.
yeah, that was on my list.
Damn it.
yeah.
This movie. Why are we sending these people who work in oil fields to space as opposed to sending astronauts and teaching them how to use the heavy machinery? I don't know, and I don't care because God bless America. This movie makes you want to be a patriot. It is the greatest film of all time. I'm taking Armageddon.
I'll probably try and tweet out that video a little bit later, but it's on our Instagram of the DVD commentary, a lost thing of the past of Ben Affleck, drunk, very drunk, talking about why he was debating Michael Bay. Why was it smarter to send the well diggers, the oil diggers, up
Into
to
space
the moon
and teaching them
Or
how
up
to be
to-
astronauts.
and teaching them how to be astronauts instead of teaching the astronauts how to drill? And Michael Bay
It doesn't make any sense.
Michael Bay told him to shut the fuck up.
Honestly, he's not wrong. Like,
It
valid
doesn't
points
make
on both
any
sides.
sense.
That's my favorite.
They're both somehow right.
I'll see if I
Points
still
are
have the
made.
video. Yeah, I'll see if I still have the video, but Michael Bay told him to shut the fuck up. It's incredible. All right. So my pick, let's see. I guess I gotta go with this one just because it's classic for this. Independence Day.
Yeah, great
Mhm.
choice.
Made Will Smith the star. I mean, this and Bad Boys made Will Smith an action star. He punches an alien in the face. They blow up the White House. Yeah, it's incredible. Just art, high art. Then my second pick, I'm gonna go with the. I don't normally like these movies, and it's not the best one that has come out recently, but it's the first one that kicked these movies off to another level. Fast and Furious 5.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Fast 5, where they
Great choice.
literally all of a sudden are just like bank robbers and stuff now, instead of like boosting DVDs and everything else, or VHS or whatever they had. That's how dated that first movie is. I think they steal VHSs. But this one, it's like they're racing in the middle of like Brazil, rip a bank vault out of a bank with a car. It's the first one of those movies. The Rock and Vin Diesel fight. It's the first one of those movies that made it like this, and I think it set the tone for them going to space.
Again, why are all these unqualified people going to space? Like, why is that a plot point at any? Hey, you know what? You know what would be great? We take these idiots and we send them to the moon.
I can't fucking wait for the Fast franchise to get to space. I'm very excited about it.
I haven't watched
Tom Cruise to go
first.
first.
Movies.
I want Tom Cruise to go to
get
space.
there
Yeah, I want Mission Impossible in space. Sign me up for that shit.
It's
Moon
not a Mission
Spies.
Impossible film though, which is disappointing. But yeah, just Vin Diesel. We gotta go on the moon.
All right. My next choice is another easy one for me. It's peak John Woo. I'm going with Face Off. This film is awesome. This
Yes.
film doesn't make any sense. It is fucking amazing. And a story about Face Off is one of my college roommates. I lived in a house with 3 other dudes. One of my college roommates, when he would have girls over, he would use Face Off as his movie to put on in his room that would make girls want to make out with him. And he said it worked every time. So
What?
Face Off is not only a big dumb action movie that is awesome, it is also apparently an aphrodisiac.
Okay,
It
so
helps you get laid. What?
as the
Great
token
film.
girl, if I went to a guy's house and he put that movie on, I would think he was trying to like make my skin into a jacket. I would leave so fast.
Really? It's not like
Yeah,
you put on
it's
Silence
like-
of the Lambs.
No, it's this. That movie is great and terrible, whatever. But if I'm on a date or like hanging out with a guy and that's what he put on, like that was what his first reaction was, I am leaving. I'm changing my name. I'm
what
changing
was-
my number. Like,
So there's
what was like the test here? Like, what was like? How many movies did he go through? Like, what was the
There's a-
buffer where he got to Face Off, where he was just like, wait,
That's
There's
it.
a scene
is the
in
one.
Face Off where he says, "I want to suck your tongue." I don't know if y'all remember the scene, but there's a scene where he's with a woman and he like sucks her tongue and it's like super aggressive. And apparently, this scene in this film is what would get the party started. And I would have never used this film for this reason, but Face Off is fucking awesome. It's
yeah,
peak
keep not using
Travolta.
it for that reason.
It's
Because
peak Nicolas Cage. I love this film so much. Apparently, they're remaking it. I am not happy about a remake that is apparently happening in Hollywood. So,
God.
I'm going to go with no on
Stunned
that
by this
remake.
story.
But love Face Off.
I just want to know the control in this experiment. Like, what?
I think he also tried Pulp Fiction, which seems like a better choice to me. But I think
Also
Pulp Fiction
not
is
great.
too funny. Pulp Fiction is too funny.
It's too good of a movie.
Perfect. It's too good of a movie. You can't pick a movie that's that good because Pulp Fiction is too enthralling. You actually want to watch that film, so that's not a good choice.
Trying to make out with a girl, and she's like, wait, they're about to be at the dance scene.
Yeah, like I have to see this. This is my favorite scene. Like you're screwed.
All right. What a weird. Okay.
True story too.
You've tried it.
I've never tried it. I'm more of a rom-com kind of guy.
Yeah, like, go with like Crazy Stupid Love. So like Sarah said, you don't try to make into a skin suit.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't want to give skin suit vibes. That's not what you want to do.
Skin
No.
suit vibes. I'm gonna start using that as a phrase, just so you know. All right, so my pick is going to be Taken, just because.
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
great one.
It's just so simple. They took his daughter. He's got to get her back. Done. All right, we're in.
That film
Let's
is
go.
awesome.
And then he just whoops people asses. Like he lives out his dreams. We make fun of Liam Neeson all the time, and he earned it. by giving the strangest interview I've ever heard.
Oh God.
But Taken was
Pissing
incredible
himself
content.
in public, like nonstop.
Wait, what?
No one asked you.
No,
one
look
asked you-
into it. Like,
Wait,
there's
what?
like tons of pop photos of him on the street with like wet pants. Like, this man is just, I don't know. He's
What?
I think he has a tumor. I think he might have a brain bleed or something.
He might. That would explain a lot. But no, it's like a thing. Those are the two things that people bring up: his weird interview and his
That no one
pants.
asked him
Like,
about either, by the way. He just volunteered that information that he wanted to kill a black person. Like,
Oh, that was just so weird.
Yo, what the fuck? Look at Beast and me pissing his pants.
wait.
I've
told
never
you-
heard of this.
I
pissing
told
pants
you.
thing.
No, I think about this probably too often. I'm just like, what is this man doing? Like, if this happens more than once, like, prepare. I don't understand.
Hold
You're
on.
a public figure.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I'm going to. Hold on. I got to share the screen.
Wow.
Yo.
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck?
Like, hardcore. Whoa. Like, whoa.
What is up with this guy?
Like,
Who
down the
mans is
leg.
this?
Like, what? What?
And you're just like, you're a grown man who pissed your pants and you're just talking to some other dude right now. Like,
Is he
Have
drunk?
some
Look at this girl. Look
Shame.
at her. Look at her body language. Look at this poor girl. She wants to leave so bad.
she's got
He
skin
looks like
suit
he
vibes.
smells horrible. She wants out of there.
How did I
Sarah,
never
why?
hear about this before? What the fuck?
Oh my
You're
God.
welcome.
Somehow this explains more why he just literally volunteered out of nowhere that he wants to murder a black person, a random black person on the street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not all there. Like,
I am.
Yikes.
This is stunning.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with this guy?
This is not a direction I didn't know the podcast was gonna go in, but
y'all said piss and shit jokes, and I said pet.
Oh my God. Anyway, Taken. That movie, that one line made him a ton of money.
Yeah. No.
Good.
Have a
Good.
specific set of skills,
Peeing his pants.
particular set of skills, and those skills are peeing pants and making you run away.
Oh my God. All right, Sarah, your pick.
Okay.
2 picks.
Okay, so going kind of going off what TJ was talking about, my next pick is Con Air. That movie
Damn
it!
is
Hell
That was
yes.
my next pick.
the best worst movie of all time. Like, it is so bad, but like
Damn
so
it.
good. Like, Nick Cage's accent, I have so many questions. Was that a him choice? Was
Yeah.
that a
Oh, yes.
director's choice? Like,
That's definitely Nick Cage's choice. He said, "I'm doing an accent." The director was like,
they're
"Whatever."
like, are you? It sounds like you have a speech impediment. Like, just awful, awful. And then the whole movie, he's just like worried about this stuffed animal.
Put the money down.
Like, no, it's too good.
They throw Dave Chappelle out of an airplane in that movie.
They do,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
It's
That
just
I've
great.
seen that movie 85 times, never in full. It is on TNT every weekend, and I have come into it halfway through or when they're about to crash the plane and in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. Like, holy shit!
Coolest fucking movie ever.
Okay, you got one more pick.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Transporter movies.
Yes.
I
Mm.
loved that shit as a child. I don't know why. Like, I had no business watching that. But
As a child, how old are you?
I mean, you know,
I feel so old right now.
no, but like it's probably like above, you know, the intended age range. But I don't know. Like, I love those movies. I've probably seen each one like 20 times.
They're really
each.
good.
Within the same range, Jason Statham range, Crank
Yes.
and Crank High Voltage.
Love Crank.
I loved Crank.
Oh man, those movies suck. Those are bad.
They're awful.
You each get 4 movies or 5 movies?
4.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right, Dex.
So I know it's like an iconic one, so I don't know if y'all are gonna let me call it dumb, but I'm gonna
Don't
say
you do
Jaws.
this. Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, like, big shark in the water. Ooh, scary, and it works. It's
A
perfect.
classic.
No, that's like what we were talking about earlier about how like the train goes by and people freak out. Like my dad will always like talk about how he saw that in theaters when he was like 12 and how he like was shitting himself and like didn't want to go to the beach for months. And I'm like, okay. And then I finally watched it and I was like, that's what got you so worked
Yeah, you
up.
watch it with
It
your
was ahead-
2021
it was
brain.
ahead
You're
of its
like,
time.
okay.
It was ahead of its time.
I'm sure, but
it's
like
still, it's still
now
fun,
you watch
but
it
it's
and you're
like y'all
just
were
like,
afraid.
The
was
scariest part of that movie is when that head falls out of the boat when he's scuba diving. My dad, same vein, said he jumped out of his seat when that head fell out of his. But if you go back and watch it now, you have to watch it really young for it to really affect you. Because when I think I watched it I think it was like 8. Like you're not supposed to watch that movie when you're 8.
yeah.
And then my parents are like, "Let's go to Galveston." Let's not.
Well, it's
Like,
not, no,
absolutely
for
not.
multiple reasons, but
Yeah, but the funny thing about that movie is that you hear this on any movie, a trivia, anything. You don't see the shark until halfway through the movie.
Yep.
Because it
So-
was broken.
Yeah, it was broken.
It was broken. Yep.
They couldn't get it to work, and when they do have it up, it's just like this head on this thing, and it's just like, bah. Like so. When you watch it now, you're just kind of like, all right.
It looks goofy
Okay.
now, but it's so cool. It's such a cool movie. I like the movie nerd in me really likes it just because I know that it was ahead of its time. Like I really enjoyed
Also, the mayor of that town's a COVID denier.
that.
Everything's fine.
Flashy mind control.
We're open.
We
the
are
bars
open
are
for
back,
this.
y'all.
We are open for the summer.
The mayor of that town made some horrendous decisions and cost a lot of people their lives.
Does
Hey, we
life
gotta-
imitate art or does art imitate life?
We have the largest shark known to man swimming about really close to the shore. Let them swim.
Oh, I can't wait for my next pick. I want everybody to watch this film because nobody's seen it except for me.
Do it.
One of my favorite big dumb action movies is called Running Scared. It stars Paul Walker, and it is the greatest Paul Walker movie of all time. It is also holds some kind of record for saying the word fuck the most times. There's like they say fuck in this movie about like 295 times in an hour and a half.
I thought it was Wolf of Wall Street.
That might have beat it. Wolf of Wall Street came out after, but I bet you it didn't beat it because they say fuck about every 15 seconds in this film. It's mind-blowingly good. You can tell that the script was very laid back and it just told them to say fuck as much as possible. You could really see how bad of an actor Paul Walker really is in this film, but it is the weirdest, coolest action movie of all time. It's very grungy. I would recommend it to anyone. It's awesome. That is my favorite. I don't even know if this is considered an action movie, although there are action sequences, but it's not like a big, dumb action movie. It's more like a weird, dumb action movie, but I love it so much.
You calling this the best Paul Walker movie is Into the Blue Erasure. Yep. 8 Below Erasure. All right. So my next 2 picks. I don't know. I mean, TJ, you've probably seen it. Dex, I know for a fact you haven't seen it. Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Commando
You
is
are
fucking
correct.
badass.
He said you're right.
Yeah. Commando is like peak. When you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger outside of the Terminator, this is what I think of. Just it's basically taken. They take his daughter, they blow up his house, and he's the best soldier of all time, and they don't kill him the first time.
He's fucking awesome.
And there's so many like bad one-liners. Like he throws a knife through a guy and he goes, "Stick around." And you know, it's just stuff like he puts a pipe through a man, the main villain, and it's steam's coming off, and he's like, "Blow off some steam." It's very dumb, but it's incredible. At one point, he loses all of his weapons and starts killing people with garden tools. So, yeah. Oh, I can't believe you took Armageddon. Damn.
Oh, sorry.
And then he became governor of California.
Yeah, that's
End of
true.
story.
Yep. Man, what do I want to take? What do I want to take?
Please don't steal my final choice.
I'm going to add this just because I recently rewatched it and I really, really like it. It may be classified as an adventure movie, but this movie is very stupid. The Brendan Fraser original Mummy.
I think that counts.
Those movies are very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. At least the first one is very stupid but very entertaining, and it kind of holds up if you actually go back. It's on HBO Max. It's it's fun, dumb fun.
Emotep.
Yeah. So we justice for Brendan Fraser. That's all I'll say.
There's been a noted absence of Samuel Jackson films in this list.
Oh, I got you.
I'm going with Deep Blue Sea.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It is the dumbest movie of all time. It is the worst LL Cool J performance of all time.
That's saying a lot.
It has Michael Rappaport in it, which is always a bad thing. And somehow it's still fucking good.
Cocksucker motherfucker.
Somehow it's still good. Deep Blue Sea. I'm going with that.
Deep Blue Sea. That movie also kind of freaked me out as a kid, especially when the ship starts to sink or whatever it is, and she has to like stand on her clothes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like to
just
get
having the shark in an enclosed facility like that just made it so much scarier to me. It's like, this is not the open ocean. Like, we're trapped in this facility with this shark, and that was so cool to me. Like, the concept was so cool to me as a kid.
And then
I really like that movie.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Then it ate Samuel Jackson in the middle of his bars. They ate him. They ate Samuel Jackson in the middle of his fucking speech.
That's incredible.
Classic moment.
I think that scene is isolated on YouTube somewhere. Actually, I think that's
it's
just
so good.
All right,
so good.
Dex.
So I'm gonna get a little more The Rock representation. I'm gonna take Skyscraper because I saw that shit in theaters.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, this is the stupidest idea for a movie I've ever seen." B, I am in love. Like, The Rock, for some reason, is just missing part of his leg and is stuck in a skyscraper.
They tried to make my man human because they're like, we have a rock problem. Like, you just have like,
yeah, like he has to have a
Superman problem. He has to have a kryptonite.
So just take one of his legs. And this man fucking jumps from a crane to a skyscraper and like holds on using his like prosthetic leg off the side of the skyscraper. He gets back into the skyscraper, reattaches his legs, and then like goes and kills some dudes. Like, it's an amazing film. I wish everybody could have seen it in theaters like I did for the full experience.
I watched it in theaters. That's back when I was going to see movies every off day that I had. Back in when there's nothing to do in Beaumont, I was like, fuck it, I'll go see Skyscraper. And I was not disappointed by how dumb that movie was.
That was like peak AMC A-list season for me, where I was just like, I'm going every fucking week because I get to spend. I spent $20 a month. I go to the movies 3 times a week. No one can stop me. And I sat there just fucking amazed opening night of Skyscraper, just like, they really let The Rock do this. Like, we, as America, we have come to a point where The Rock has a prosthetic leg for no reason and is fighting battles in a skyscraper. Like, this is fucking Die Hard.
What a legend.
It was literally The Rock fights a building.
The highest paid actor, you guys.
And then,
he deserves it. He deserves it.
Spoiler alert for like 2018 Skyscraper. The way they resolve everything in the movie is they turn off the skyscraper and turn it back on. That's it.
Like resetting a phone, they put their phone in rice.
That's really bad. Holy shit, that's bad. Why do we need The Rock to just flip a switch and turn the switch back off? Like, why do we need The Rock to do that?
He doesn't even do it. His wife does it.
Like,
oh my god.
That was the most. Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I love when like just fucking awful movies get out there, and you're just like, dang, like this went past like probably 100 people, and they all said, "Yep, green light. That's great.
Yep, we're
Like,
making this.
Okay."
Movie made
That had to be
made
with
$300 million.
The Rock had to realize at that point, I'm at the peak of my powers. If I could get these people to fucking make a movie where I'm fighting a building, I'm at peak of powers. I can get any movie made that I want to. That's got to be some powerful fucking shit.
And it made money too. Not as much money as they thought it was going to do, but it made money. And the Rock fights a building. Oh, I'll never forget. That was like peak. Besides Ballers, that was like make the Rock actually try and act, sort of thing. Which,
that's not what we need.
Don't need that.
That's not what
just
we
make
need
him swole
for.
and give him some one-liners, and let's go about our day.
Just let him keep doing what he was doing in the WWE, which like is no longer acting at this point because he was doing it for so long. Like, just stay in that character.
He just became the Rock. My favorite thing that somebody did the math on that crane jump and said he would have died. He just would have fallen straight down. All right, Sarah, final pick.
Okay. So my final pick is, I'm just gonna preface this with like, these movies are awful, but also I love them. And so for that, they're good. The Kingsman movies.
Oh, those not.
They're great.
That
They're
church
awful.
scene is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think the first one's dumb. I think the second one's dumb.
The second one is dumb, but the first one's better, but it's just truly so entertaining. Like, I enjoyed it.
Him killing those hillbillies in that church siege, like you were saying, is the
Man, that's one of the. I saw that in a movie theater. I knew nothing about this movie. I hadn't even seen the trailer, and when that scene was happening, I stood up in my seat and I was just like, "Oh shit, this is happening!" It's the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. It's so good.
Oh man, and then like all of their heads explode because they're microchipped. It's just the second one I don't think was very good. I'm excited for the King's Man movie. Actually, that's been delayed for a long time.
I'm excited to go back and watch the first Kingsman movie. I don't even think I saw the second one, but I'm gonna watch both so I can get ready for this third one.
Sammy J has a lisp in that movie for no reason.
For what?
Oh no!
And then Elton John's in it, like as himself, just like kicking ass, like wearing feathers and.
Oh, the second one. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, so that is oh man, the Kingsman. I'm gonna go watch that scene here in a little bit. So hail Satan and have a good day. All right. That has been a One Take podcast. Thank you for downloading, subscribing. Shout out, go follow Apollo Media on all their platforms. We really appreciate them taking us on. We will be interacting a lot more with them, hopefully get on their Twitch channel as well as this YouTube channel. Go subscribe to our YouTube, One Take Podcast on YouTube, Twitter, One Take Pod, Instagram, One Take Pod. Sarah, where can they find your tweets and funny musings?
Yeah, that's at Serendipity18, Sarah with an H and Dipity 18.
Incredible. Premium content, folks.
Oh yeah.
Wow, God. She's in BuzzFeed like every 3 weeks. Like, it's insane.
They need to run me my check.
Hey, next time they aggregate your shit, just be like, no.
I'm just gonna change my display name to BuzzFeed. Suck my ass. See if they keep it up.
If BuzzFeed has to put that on their website, you would be a legend for that.
Oh my God. Some interns getting yelled at because they aggregated. It was like top 10 tweets of the week. And it's BuzzFeed suck my dick. Oh my God.
It will be worth it.
Jesus. So you can find us at all those platforms, One Take Pod, at Apollo Media for all of our other podcasts as well. Talking about basketball, Houston sports, and much, much more. Dex, what are we doing?
# support Florence Pugh. We are back out in the streets. Fucking Hawkeye is coming. Don't worry, darling is coming. Like we have so much shit that's popping off. Black Widow is coming in July. I am
that
in the
trailer
theater
ruled.
night one for that shit. I am in
Oh
there.
my god, I am there night 2 because I don't want to be a victim of a mass shooting, but I am there night 2. I am there.
Do not put that out into the world.
I mean, hey,
Bad vibes.
I'm back at like night one. I'll be Pfizer gang of like fully all the way, and like I'll take my chances with the mass shootings. Like if they gonna get me, they gonna get me.
Down, one to go.
Man,
that trailer looks like Mission Impossible. That shit is gonna bang. I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be so good.
Also, Loki. We don't do news on this podcast usually, but Loki trailer dropped, and that looks also some big fire.
I don't even like Loki. That shit looks fire.
That shit looks so
inject
fucking
that into
dumb.
my veins. Inject that shit.
All right. Also, really quickly, a couple of you have done it, and I really appreciate it. If you listen, a lot of us listen to us on Spotify, and that's fine. You need to follow us on Spotify if you don't already. But if you listen to us on Apple, do us a really big favor. Go and submit a comment and a review. That really helps us a lot. I appreciate the people who have done that recently after I put it on Twitter and I asked very politely. But thank you so much for doing that. And we really appreciate all the comments and stuff. And yeah, so we're out. All right.